train keeps rolling for the U.S. men's Olympic team with a quarterfinal victory over the Czech Republic. Let's get you right to the analysis and bring in Chris Peters from UnitedStatesOfHockey.com.
Hey, Cam and Harry, good to be with you guys again, and another step forward for Team USA with a big quarterfinal win over the Czech Republic. A lot went well for the Americans, and so a lot sticks out. But I think the biggest thing for me is they played that USA hockey style, which is fast, physical, transition offense, using that speed to your advantage. They were able to keep puck possession very well. I don't think there was any better line in terms of playing that style of hockey than the line of David Backes, Dustin Brown, and Ryan Callahan. Three guys that are captains in the National Hockey League. They're asked to play a lot of different roles. Against the Czech Republic, they were asked to check the top Czech line, and they did that very well against Jaromír Jágr's group, and that really helped set the tone for the rest of the game. They took that line out of it mostly with their physical play, and when you play that style, you shrink the big ice. You make it more challenging, and it really wears on other teams, and I think we saw that against the Czech Republic. Another thing Team USA did really well, they were able to move the puck out of their zone with relative ease, breaking the puck out, moving it along, moving it forward. The balanced scoring that we saw, still the forwards really getting the job done, but the defense not getting enough credit for how much they do offensively. Ryan Suter ended up with 3 assists today. He had a fantastic game. He's been fantastic throughout the tournament in both ends of the ice. So a lot going well heading into the semifinal with Canada. A lot left to play for. Nothing over yet, but if Team USA can play a similar style as they did against the Czech Republic, they should have some success in this tournament. And they're going to need that same kind of game against Canada. It's going to be a great one on Friday. I know you guys can't wait for it. We can't wait for it back home. So I'll send it back to you in Sochi.
After the game, Captain Zach Parise spoke to the media.
I think our transition game was better tonight. I still think it can get better, but we practiced it the other day, and you could tell the big difference between the third game and tonight's game with how much cleaner we were through the neutral zone and how we didn't bring the puck back. We always just kept going back at them and attacking, and I think on this big ice that's so important. So there's a little sense of when we get another crack at these guys in an important game. And, that gold medal game never really leaves your mind. So we had a chance for a little bit of revenge, I guess. But we know what's on the line. It's a shot at the gold medal game, and that's what's most important. But I think there's a little extra motivation if we need it right now, just because we're playing Canada.
And Harry Thompson from USA Hockey Magazine. Harry, the U.S. started the way they wanted to tonight. What did you see in that first period, and particularly the second period?
I thought it was a great game by the U.S. Coming into it, you kind of thought this had the earmarkings of a real trap game, where maybe the U.S. would be a little bit flat, maybe a little bit rusty after being off for several days. But it was quite the opposite. They really came out with a lot of jump. They scored early, and then after the Czechs scored, they responded and really set the tone there late in the first period with a couple of goals, including one by David Backes with 2 seconds left.
Yeah, and I think one player who's been overlooked maybe a little bit and shouldn't be is Jonathan Quick. Everyone wants to talk about the scoring, but Jonathan Quick made some huge saves tonight, and the only goal that was scored early on him was off of his own player. So I think he did what he needed to do to put them in a position to win, and it sets up the dream matchup that everyone was talking about, USA-Canada in the semifinals. You were there in Vancouver. What's that scene going to be like? Oh,
it's going to be crazy. It's a lot like what we saw the other night with Russia. You got the home crowd. Nobody's going to be rooting for the United States. Well, nobody was rooting for the United States in Vancouver. This game, I think you're going to see a lot of pro-U.S. support from the Russian fans and from the great and vocal contingent that has traveled a long way to support USA Hockey.
And let's turn our attention, of course, to the women's gold medal game. Right now, current local time in Sochi is 2:30. We're coming up on 3 a.m., so we're really close to this game. What's going through everyone's mind, Team USA's mind, as they get ready for the gold medal matchup?
This is a game. This is the game for these women. They don't have a pro league. They don't have. This is what they've worked so long for. They've worked so hard on. And so it all comes down to this one game. They wouldn't want it any other way than to be playing the Canadians, and hopefully they're getting a good night's sleep, and they're going to be they're going to be rested and ready to go when the puck drops tomorrow night at 9 o'clock over at the Bolshoi Ice Dome.
All right. Well, sleep is something that you and I are going to have struggled with over the next couple of days. But let's leave you guys, leave the fans back home with a couple of shots from Jeff Cable, our photographer here on site, of the U.S. women's team as they huddle before a previous game, which they will do tomorrow in the gold medal game.